Hello everyone and welcome to Ashley Plans and Saves. I'm Ashley and today we're going to go over my February 2019 budget. I'm starting with my Every Dollar app opened up here and I just copied what I had from January over, so we do need to make some changes. I did go ahead and change the dates of my checks here, but that's all that I changed. So let's just get right into it. The first thing here is I don't anticipate there being a Venmo transfer in February, but there is going to be a couple of different additional incomes to add here. So the first, I think I'll put January rollover because we have that $14.32 that was left over from January. Again, I don't plan to take out my rewards points, but I do have a Chase, or I guess it'll be Amazon credit card. So I purchased something through Amazon at the beginning of January before I really started my budget, and that thing ended up getting lost in the mail. It was sent through USPS, but it hasn't arrived. And it was with 2-day shipping, and it was two different things. It totaled $49.93. And after 5 or 6 days, Amazon was like, yeah, we don't think this is coming to you, so you can ask for a refund. So I just asked for a refund, but I had already paid my credit card off, which I typically do as soon as it posts. So I had a credit on my account, and this is the second credit I've had on my account in January. So they just went ahead and mailed me a check. I got that check today. I mean, they sent it a few days ago, but I literally just got it today because it got sent to my parents' house, which was for $49.93. So that is coming in already, and I'm going to just go ahead and add this as income. And I'm filming this first part on Wednesday before I get paid, but I'm going to finish up the end of the video with adding money I spent for groceries tomorrow on the 7th when I actually do get paid. So then I'm just getting everything organized today. Another thing for my income that will be different is that my after school income, I'm anticipating, because I worked the same number of hours I did for my second paycheck in January, that it should be $289 for my first paycheck and $289 for my second paycheck. So fingers crossed that is correct. And then this, I should be getting a refund from my PNC account because I closed my, what was it called? I closed my PNC credit card, but it was a subsidized, I don't think that's the right word, credit card, but I had to put $250 into the credit card in order to get a balance of $250. It was my first credit card 6 years ago, but I canceled it in January because, I don't know, they had fees and there was no real point in me keeping it anymore. But they did refund me that $250 in addition to the $50 that I had also accidentally overpaid and had a negative balance on my account for that. So I should be getting a check for about $300. I think it was $303. I'm not going to budget for it right now, but I'm just going to leave this blank with PNC credit card refund. So hopefully, I haven't gotten a check in the mail yet, and I canceled that 3 weeks ago, or 2 weeks ago, I guess. So I'm gonna give them a call tomorrow, see what the haps is with that. But hopefully by maybe this second paycheck, the 21st, I can go ahead and add that income in, and then when I do that, I'll figure out where exactly I should put it. But for now, I'm leaving this as my income, so $3,456.25. All right, so my sinking funds are gonna change a bit. I'm gonna leave my clothing sinking fund down to 20. Family and gifts is 15. I'm bumping this up to 15. I like those nice even numbers. Travel is 100. Down payment, ooh, that should be 800 this month. That's the goal here. Moving sinking fund, it should be 289 plus 289. And that's, I just did this in my search bar here. That's 578. So what I do with any money that I earn from working my after school program, so 289 here and 289 here, I put that directly into my moving sinking fund. because I consider it like an extra source of income. So that is what I did there. And this now looks perfect, right? So let's go down to housing, 900, that's the same. This should go back up to 55.88. Good God, electricity is not 400 this month. Thank goodness. This is 58.19. Pretty sure it might be a few cents off, but I'll change that in a second when I do my Excel sheet because I have it typed up there. Groceries is going to be at 260 as normal. So now I gotta change these categories. So I want this to say eating out, and that's gonna be at 40 for the month, 20 for every 2 weeks, and this is gonna be household, and this is actually, that didn't change. This is 40. Hello. Great, thanks. And this, I usually have it at 20, but I am going to bump it up an extra 20 bucks to 40, no, to 50. That might be off. I think it's 50. I wanted to give myself $40 for my first check and then $10 for my next check because I have winter or midwinter recess coming up at my school, so I'll have like the week off. And I don't plan to do anything crazy, like I'll go visit my family in Queens for a little bit, but I'm not gonna like go out because I just had my friend come visit me from Philly and I went to visit her before, and then there's enough traveling, so I just want to take this week to like clean my apartment, go through my clothes, do some spring cleaning, some decluttering, and I was planning to spend a day at IKEA or like an afternoon at IKEA to get some new Tupperware, and that's gonna come out of that budget, and then also I was gonna go down to Aldi. And because it's like an hour and a half from where I live, so I don't ever really shop there. But I did shop there when I lived in Queens, like sporadically, and they always had good meat sales, like meat on sales, like chicken, sausage, things like that on sale. So I want to go one day during that break and see if I can stock up on some grocery items, and I'm going to leave that as a household budget item. So that's why I had $40 for the first 2 weeks when I plan to go to IKEA and Aldi, and then just my normal $10 for the last 2 weeks. Uncategorized is uncategorized. I'm going to leave that at 0 for now. So this looks good. Uh-oh, that went up. I'm going down. So that's fine. This should only be 15.62. Nope, that's not correct. This, okay, one. Good gracious. Okay, great. Yeah, this should be 0. I'm just going to actually do this whole thing because I don't anticipate any ridiculous things coming out like that. And that is actually it. I'm $40 under. Suspicious. So I guess I'll pause right here for the every dollar budget and just jump into my Excel sheet because there are some numbers here. So that is correct. 58.19, that was correct. 14.32 going in. Yeah, so this is what my Excel sheet looks like. Oh, jeepers. Oh, I forgot the big thing that I was changing. All right, so this is my Excel sheet for February. It looks very similar to my January one. So I anticipated Con Ed being 55, but it was actually 58.19, not that bad. Everything else is as accounted for. That is, so yeah, I was correct. It was 40 for the first check and then 10 for the next check for my miscellaneous household. That's all right, and that's all right. All right, so the money's correct, but just spoilers, I am not paying electricity this month, or technically I already paid it. It was due February 1st for my February internet, and I paid that February 1st, but I paid it with my January budget, and I'm just not doing that anymore. The same thing with my gym membership. So that came out on February 1st, which is technically for the month of February, like that bill. But since it fell into the days where my January budget was still in effect, so my January budget was still in effect until February 6th, or today, technically, when I'm filming this portion of the video. And I'm just over that. Like, I'm over my months being conflated with, like, the time that I get my checks, because it honestly doesn't really matter at the end of the day. It doesn't matter if my gym membership comes out on the 1st of the month and I don't get paid until the 6th or 7th of the month, because nearly all of these bills and even all of my spending goes to a credit card first. So there's not like, my gym membership is going to hit my debit card and I'm going to overdraft or something like that because there's no money there because I haven't gotten paid yet. It's all going to a credit card. And the fact that this $15.62 will stay on my credit card for 6 days, that's not going to make or break me. What will make me like very frustrated is having to like account for when I paid what and with what budget money is coming in and out of. Specifically with maybe my internet is probably the most annoying because I have to make sure that I keep track of like when my roommate is paying for certain things, because if I'm technically paying with my January budget but I'm not getting any money from her in January, it's going to seem like she owes me money but then she doesn't, and I'm just going to get confused, and I don't want to confuse her in any way. So to make myself a little saner, I'm no longer paying like earlier, not really earlier. I'm not paying a month's bill in like the earlier month just because I haven't gotten paid yet. So technically, I'm going to scroll back up here to my January budget. Technically, my internet, like I said, came out. My internet here came out on the 1st. That's a February bill, but I paid it with my January money. Same thing with my gym membership. Since I paid those for February already, I'm just going to start fresh in March. And on March 1st, I will get charged for my internet. I'll get charged for my gym. And then on March 7th, when I get paid, that first paycheck in March, I'll just make sure to pay those off my credit card. So for the month of February, I'm not having these two bills come out. So in my every dollar, I do have actually a good chunk of change left here. And I think that's why I was even more comfortable with upping my household budget. So according to this, I should have like only like $60 left. But for some reason, every dollar, it's saying, oh, right, because I haven't accounted for this. I don't know what I'm doing with this money. I have no idea what I want to do with this and where it's going to go. Like, literally no idea. Yeah, I didn't really plan for this. I think, all right, so I did want to put a bit of a chunk of change to my emergency fund to get it up to a full $9,000 when I get like about $5,000 in from my Betterment account. So let me do some quick math here. My goal is $9,000. Right now I have $280 in a Betterment account. That's like the online investing account, or I should have $280. So I need $37.20. I have $36.29.13. So I need $90.87. So I think I'm gonna allot $90.87 from this like random amounts of cash I have here to go to my emergency fund. So right now, so then it'll be at $37.20. I can add the $52.80 and then I'll get $9,000 by the end of the month. So, or the goal is to get $9,000 by the end of the month. So I think I'm going to do that. This should be a fund. Is it a fund? I'm looking for a little, yeah, okay, it's a fund. So that's perfect. So that's what I'm going to do for that. Still got $20 left over. Like I said, I do anticipate about $300 more coming in. And I don't know what I'm going to do with that either. So that's probably it for now. Actually, it's not it for now. If you hold on about 10 more seconds, I'm going to have my first grocery run right here for my first week of February. So just give me 1 second and I'll be right back in 3, 2, 1, and bam. All right, guys, so here we are on Thursday the 7th. It's 8:20 p.m. I just got home from grocery shopping, so I wanted to quickly go in and show what I spent and a couple of changes that I've been thinking about. So I just went ahead and put in a budget for the $303 I expect to get back for my PNC credit card refund. I didn't put in the actual column because I'm still waiting for the check. I didn't call them today, but by Monday, if I do not have the check, like Monday morning, if I don't have the check, like gotten it over the weekend, I'll give them a call and just to make sure that nothing's crazy with that. My income, I did change the cents. I haven't been tracking the cents because usually I get like $14.07 and 14 cents for each paycheck. And one reason I think maybe January was slightly off was because I wasn't tracking the cents. but with my actual purchases, I was tracking cents. So like I wasn't accounting for all of my income technically. But when I take money out to go to my, oh God, that's going up. When I take money out to go into my moving sinking fund for my after school income, I round that down. I do keep it as like a single number because I feel like it wouldn't get too complicated. I just don't want to. I just don't want to account for the cents in that sinking fund. I want it to be nice, round off numbers. So the extra cents from what typically should be 1407.14, which would be what, like 21 cents. The extra 21 cents probably should go in my moving sinking fund, but I'm just going to throw it in my income because I love myself like that, right? So that's one change. These two things, my rent and my Roth IRA transactions, those went through. I have canceled my Amazon Prime. Not planned at all, but I was looking at my accounts today and I was like, but really, Ashley, why? Why? You don't make that many purchases from Amazon, I say, even though I did just make like a purchase a week and a half ago. But I really don't do it as often now that I am like tightening up my budget and I'm really watching where my money is going and I'm planning for where my money is going. In 2018, I made a lot of purchases, but at this point, I'm not even going to tempt myself. I still do have my Amazon credit card, but it's a credit card I could use anywhere, and I don't think it'll be a problem. I canceled it. I could always sign back up for it in a few months if like the desire to do so speaks to me. But for now, I did cancel it. Even though I do have plans to possibly make another purchase from Amazon within the next like 15 days. So I have until the 24th until I actually lose my membership because I already paid for the last month of it in my January budget, but that is what it is. In terms of spending, I went to Target today. I spent $6.96 on some ice cream and some Pringles. The Pringles were for one of my students. His birthday was this week, and he's an after-school student of mine, and I don't have that many after-school kids, but he's always helping out with like putting the Chromebooks away and making sure all the tables are cleared off before we leave, and he always runs back to my room and like brings my computer for me if I forget it or something like that. So I bought him some Pringles because he likes those. And 56.87 was from Trader Joe's. That is a typical week of spending for me, about $65. So I am looking good for my next week's grocery shopping because I have $66.44 left in my budget. Didn't do any eating out. And miscellaneous $6.09 is from some toilet paper I bought from Target. Right, so that's looking good so far. This is a new line item, another change already. I have decided to give myself some fun money or like some personal blow money to do with what I want, though I'm going to be honest, I did Google search today at work, what do people spend their fun money on? Because I just couldn't for the life of me think of something that would be like not budgeted somewhere else. Like, I don't know. I guess if you have like a partner or children where you're budgeting for you and a family or you and someone else, it's good to assign fun money so that you don't have to feel guilty about spending something. But as one person budgeting for only myself, I used to just spend what I wanted on what I wanted. But I guess now it's nice for me to put a dollar amount to that and really keep track of that. So that is what I've done for myself. And this, usually I'm going to do $20 every 2 weeks or $40 a month. This is $60 because I am going to hopefully get that $300 in this paycheck. And I want more money. I want more money because I just didn't know where else to put it. And I didn't want to put it to savings because I'm happy with the numbers for my savings. And you know, honestly, I already have an Amazon cart full worth of $40 of things that I want, including a nice cool puzzle because I'm trying to like find some hobbies, and my typical hobby is like reading or playing Sudoku or some other like puzzle game on my phone. So I thought, hey, why not get an actual puzzle and see how you like that? So there's a puzzle in there, there's a new hairbrush in there, there's some chocolate that was on sale in there, and maybe one or two other things. But I am hopefully giving myself that extra $40 to make that Amazon purchase because I want it. Yes, that's all. But if that money doesn't come in for this paycheck, I'll move that money into check 2, and then I'll move that extra $40 into check 2, and I'll just make my purchase like on the 21st so that I have enough time before my Amazon Prime runs out. that's that. I did fund a couple sinking funds already. I funded my travel sinking fund for $100. I sent over that $400 for my personal savings fund, and I did transfer that $90.87 for my emergency fund. I have here listed that if I get this $300 that I'm expecting to get from PNC, I'll go ahead and fund the clothing sinking fund, the family and gift sinking fund, and the Lyft and Uber sinking fund. But again, if that comes into the second check, I'll just put this at 0 and change the funding for check 2. So I'm just going to pause on that just to make sure I'm not over planning for money that may or may not come in time. And I think that is it. Based on this budget, I should have about $210 left over, which is fine by me. That is actually where I plan to get my fun money from. So at least for the next few months, I'm not gonna budget it. I'm not gonna budget this fun money based on my income, because it's already pretty tightly budgeted. If you saw my annual budget video, I have something I want to do with pretty much every single dollar. But with this extra unexpected $300 that I got from my secured credit line, which I put that money down a long time ago, I want to use that as fun money for at least the next 4 to 5 months. So if there's I guess if there's here and here, there's gonna be about $250 left if I stick to my budget by the end of the month. So that $250, if I'm doing $40 a month, that'll tide me over for March, April, May, June, July, and August. So that, if I'm actually good with my budget for the next few months, that's my fun money. I might even, if I'm not so good with my budget, I might even just move that money into my reserve PNC or my growth PNC or something like that, so that I'm actually using it towards fun money and not using it to pay my bills. Because if I need to pay my bills with money, I'm just gonna have to move around my sinking fund. But I do want to keep some fun money. I want to give myself a little treat every now and then, treat things. So that's my plan for that. So hopefully it won't really affect my actual typical budget, and this windfall, I guess you could say, of $300 will take me through a few months of some fun money. But that is that. Every dollar looks good. The same changes I mentioned are there. I did exactly plan out that $289. I got $289 for my after school income, and I put ahead that $303 there. These are all the same. All my housing stuff is the same. Spending, I did go ahead and start tracking already those 2 transactions from Trader Joe's and Target, and also down here on the household budget. And then I also made my line for my fun money. And I also just removed the cost of the Amazon. I left the line here, but I just removed the cost. So that is it. That is looking good for February. Like I said, I have $252 unbudgeted, but that might just become a quote-unquote sinking fund for blow money. Maybe I'll do that in my next check. But I will be updating you guys next week on the 14th. Again, that'll be for my week 2 review, or week 2 forecast, where I'm looking towards week 2 and seeing what's going to be happening, or something like that. Maybe I think it's called week 1 review. I don't quite know what I did there, but I will be doing that because hopefully by then that $300 will have come in as a check. We'll see what happens. So that's all for now, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider giving it a nice big thumbs up. Also consider subscribing to my channel if you're interested in continuing to follow me in my journey to plan and save my way through 2019. Have a good night, guys. I'm gonna go grab some dinner, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye, guys.